guys, and welcome to another episode of Military Spouse to Millionaire. I am excited to have another one of my team members. This is Landen. Fun fact about Landen, he is a military spouse, which almost everybody else on my team is also a military spouse, but they are all women. You are our token guy military spouse. So
I am the unicorn of the military spouse world.
I see you in the spouses group sometimes, and I was like, how did a guy get in here? And then I see that it's you, and I was like, oh, it's Landen.
Schofield Barrack wives plus
Yes,
Landen.
Exactly. It should say spouses. It's very sexist. But I am always interested to chat with you about your perspective being a spouse, being a man spouse versus, like, I talk to a lot of women spouses, obviously. Do you think that there's a great difference in experience or resources even for male military spouses versus female spouses?
I think maybe the difference, I get saluted at the gate more.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
No, it's funny. Like, we both hand... Or, like,
I want to be saluted at the gate.
I hand my wife's ID, and then, you know, they just look at the rank and whatever, and then I get the salute, and then I awkwardly stand there. I'm like, left hand salute. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Show them your palm. What do I do?
Funny enough, like, when we're out in public or someone finds out that we're military, like, as a family, they always look at me and say, thank you for your service. And then I'm always like, wrong one.
Thank her for her service.
Yeah, I mean, Morgan's not like that at all. She's not like butthurt or whatever. She finds it funny.
Yeah.
So,
but it is I don't want to say it's an unusual dynamic, but it's not like as common.
No, yeah, I mean, we're stereotyped 100%.
I'd like to do research on what percentage of military spouses are male versus female. I would actually really be interested in that data.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd.
I know we get a lot of, so my wife's medical, so there's a lot of nurses out there. And just with that, kind of, I don't really feel out of place at all because I don't live on base. And I'm not just around female spouses all the time and me just be like the black sheep. Nursing is a female-dominated field, and those nurses have spouses. Then through my connection, like with our little military family, I've always been around other male spouses.
That's interesting. Yeah, so it doesn't feel so...
No, I feel like I've met a lot of male spouses.
I love that. You should have your own little support system too. Like, as a female spouse, like, you know, you have your tribe, you meet your people at every duty station. So I'm glad that you have that, with Morgan being medical and being other male spouses in that specific pocket of, like, MOS in the military.
For sure, right? And it is just such a, like, medical, and not just like medical as in like a medic that is also in the field. Like, we're talking about hospital.
Yeah.
And
labor delivery specifically for Morgan, right?
They're all female.
Yes, yeah.
So,
most of them, yes.
But I've had this little unique niche and never felt for me like I've been out of place. So
that's
I've
awesome.
enjoyed every second of it.
I love that. Talk to me about your real estate story. I've been asking everybody that as part of, like, the SOP of this, you know, the team being on the podcast. And you're very unique because you are one of two people on the team who didn't buy homes with me. Like, you're not a past client of mine, which I won't hold against you, but what the hell, Landen? I was living here when you bought your house. Clearly, my social media game was not on point back then. You and Kama are the only two, I think. Bella is a past client, Victoria, Emily, Mariah, they're all past clients of mine. I obviously saw their experience as clients, but now being so close with them and them working for me, it was cool to hear them describe their experience as a client and the satisfaction that I got of sort of like everything I wanted them to experience and feel through the process that I've created at finding home. They hit all the boxes, right? And I was like, yes, it's amazing. But you weren't a client of mine. So I'm super curious about pitfalls in your transactions, things that you would change about your transaction, things that you thought went really well, what drove you to be an agent, because I know just from knowing you personally that your experience in real estate played a part in you wanting to get into it professionally. So tell me all about the things.
Yeah. So for me, like, obviously we bought and sold homes at every duty station that we've been to. And I've always loved real estate and always been a firm believer. I was a YouTube university learning from all the gurus and stuff online. But it did at least pique my interest enough to feel like, okay, there is actual wealth building opportunity.
But in my opinion, and to your credit, you didn't use those resources as a way to then be like, I am an expert in this. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And that's a pitfall that I think easily a lot of consumers fall into, and not just with real estate, but like medical stuff. Like I go to the doctor sometime and I'm like, doc, I Googled this. I'm guilty of it too. You did not. Like you used it as a tool to get a baseline of information on something that then interested you and made sense, and then you sought professional help.
And because like before this, I was in tech. I was in a customer success role where essentially I mitigated the conversation between facilitated the conversation between the devs and our customers and clients that we were bringing on.
Devs are developers.
Yes,
I'm assuming.
Developers. And because developers don't know how to talk to people. And so I am like the middleman to translate everything. So when I came to Hawaii, I got laid off because my company could not employ anybody in Hawaii. And I've always believed in real estate. So when we got here, we were already buying a house. And we were buying a house solely off of Morgan's income because we wanted, I just got laid off, but
also very normal. I think that's like a nice topic to touch on. Most clients that I work with are moving here, and the spouse, whether they're male or female, the spouse doesn't have a job hardly ever lined up. I think it's more the exception that we qualify someone on 2 incomes. So if you are someone out there and you have an interest in real estate, don't talk yourself out of that being a possibility just because you're on the service member's income. I would say 99 buyers I helped last year, probably 90 of them only had 1 income, and it was the service member's income, credit score, debt to income ratio. So don't let that be something that,
absolutely
stops you.
Absolutely. And we knew that like I was going to get a job. We didn't know where, we didn't know how, but it was a path that was a known formality for us. And so when we got that, or when we started buying our house, obviously we used an agent and we just didn't have the best experience. It was far below the standard of what I have come to know here at finding home.
Even the standard you had before you met me, like you're still a 1% top performing agent, like, golf clap for Landen. Like even before you started working with me, you were still very much a producing agent in your own right. But yes, we'll talk about the differences later about like top performing agents and then like working with me. But yeah, you didn't have a great experience. So
and that's what propelled me. So I just got laid off. I didn't have a great experience. I'd always believed in real estate. So it was just a natural path for me to say, well, if I only ever buy or sell my own home, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
And the more, speaking to like YouTube University and Googling things, the more I studied and the more I learned about not only just like the coursework, right? But as I like stepped foot into my actual agent role, the less I realized I knew about real estate.
So fair. Like I was talking to Emily today on our drive to Pilates, and she just finished her course last night, and she, took the quiz, and she's able to go take the in-person test now. And Victoria and I were like, look, in reality, you're going to use about 3%.
Coursework is like nothing. You get a lot of historical information.
Yeah, you do get to learn a lot of historical stuff and like interesting things. But in reality, like I very quickly realized when I got my license and then did my first transaction, I was like, I know nothing. Like, I don't know why I spent all those months going to real estate school and stressing about this test and thinking that it was going to prepare me. Like, I knew nothing.
It doesn't teach you how to run a transaction. It doesn't teach you how to relate with clients or relate with people on the other side or anything like that. It's
so true. Like the whole other side, like dealing with another agent, I was completely like, I didn't know what they were supposed to be telling me. I didn't know what to ask. I didn't know what was supposed to be communicated. I started getting all these disclosures and just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a very good point.
So I mean, trial by fire, like I had my first 2 transactions same day. They went under it. So I had 2 going at the same time, and I'm like texting my boss who is on vacation on a cruise ship.
Was it when they were taking Pam's birthday trip, like around what year did you get licensed?
I got licensed in 22.
Yes.
So he was like gone, and I was
3
like
to 4 to 5. Oh no, maybe it wasn't that trip. The year Clayton got licensed for mortgages was the same year Pam. Side note, Pam Davis, John Davis, they're friends of ours. They own respectively HG Mortgage, where Clayton hangs his mortgage license, and HB Homes, where we hang our real estate licenses. They love to travel. John was like 30 years in the Navy. He's retired now. Pam is like, we're traveling to make up for all the times in life we couldn't travel. Pam had just turned 50 and went on this like 2.5 month long trip around the world.
Oh yeah, that was before.
Like 3 days after Clayton hung his license. And I'm already a producing agent at that point. So I'm like, here are the deals. And he literally, if it weren't for some of the AEs, like the account executives at the lenders that he worked with, would have been a sunk ship. Like I'm 100%, because Pam is in Russia, Pam is in Iceland in an RV, like doing, so I get you there with John. Like he pays for the fast internet on the cruise ships though.
Yeah, he does. So he was readily available, like, but again, like he's in the Caribbean and I'm in Hawaii, time difference and stuff, and he has to sleep. Yeah. So there was some trial by fire and some like learning, and it was. I had a migraine that day.
Oh,
and it was.
I've learned so much about migraines just like talking to you about them. They sound terrible.
They're awful, and so it was trial by fire, and I realized I did not know as much as I thought it. And God bless my 2 friends who trusted me to be their agent.
It's a humbling experience,
and like they trusted me to be their agent, but they also trusted the brokerage and the backing that I had, but. What's really unique about the situation is it's not like I sell life insurance. We all have that one person in our lives that start working for one of those life insurance companies, and then they're like, I need to tell you about this whole thing that we need to do. And
I may or may not have been that person with Cutco knives when I was younger. But, I digress. No judgment, just saying.
So instead of feeling like I was selling to friends, before I got my real estate license, and when I was still working in tech, and before I ever wanted to get my real estate license, I had been telling these people for years.
But it's something you believed in. Yeah. Like it was, that's different. Like,
and so when it came natural, it was just like, oh, well, Landen bought a house. They had success. Blah, blah, blah. It was just they're like, oh, Landen's not selling me up the river or anything like that. It is something I believe in. And I still, to this day, if you do it wisely and you make an educated decision, then it is a great way to,
hello.
And because you have a long career, and it's just, apart from just the mortgage forced savings plan that we talk about and all those other things, it really is an opportunity to build wealth. I'm thankful for me and like my wife and her trusting to buy our first house. And it's just been such a surreal experience, the journey real estate's taken me on.
I love that. And I'm so curious to know, because you bought at multiple duty stations, which is something that I love to hear. And it's something that I have built into my business and my process with people and my conversations and education with people is I don't want you to just buy a home here in Hawaii. I want to be that person. Like everybody has, I think, that person. We had talked about this before, like somebody in your life was just like, hey, like put that nugget, that seed somewhere. Clayton was deployed and some West Point, major or something was like, hey, like you've been in the military a decade. What do you have to show for your BAH? Somebody along the way like plants that seed. And I cherish the opportunity to be that, to have been that for hundreds and hundreds of military families at this point. But I don't just want them to buy a home here. I want them to understand why we're buying homes, why they should 100%. Do it again. Like, so you did buy at multiple duty stations and you're not old. Like you're much younger than me. Landen is 12.
31.
Okay. But how many homes have you bought?
We bought 3.
Okay. So you are 3 decades into life. So you've owned a home for every decade of life, if you want to put it that way. I bought my first
one when I was 10,
Overachiever. Landen has like 5 degrees, which honestly, I just learned about you recently and felt very intimidated. I was like,
you should not feel intimidated. I have 3 degrees.
Sorry, he doesn't have 5. He has 3. But what are they? Tell the people. Now we have to talk about it for a quick second.
I have a bachelor's in Spanish, and then I have a bachelor's in international relations, and then I have my master's in education.
Which is a little intimidating.
Which has nothing to do with tech.
Or real estate.
I
mean, international relations, maybe. But like...
There's a lot of transferable skills from those things.
But it's a little intimidating. Like you're so, I don't know, from an education standpoint, you're so well educated, but still like very down to earth, very like relatable guy, which honestly I appreciate. But
do you want me to wear my graduation robe? to the meetings.
Would roast you and you'll probably wear mismatched socks with it, which will really set me off.
I'll put in the commencement theme music as I walk there.
Give a speech
Yes.
before I update the board. So you were how old when you bought your first house? When you're 31 and you've owned 3 houses, so you had to have been like...
we were 20, my wife and I. So she's a year younger than me. So we were 23, 22.
So that's young.
Yeah.
And
it was terrifying. It was a terrifying decision.
But what made you do it? Like, what got you over the terror? Why didn't you make a fear-based decision? Because that's a terminology that I use a lot with people who understandably have fears and concerns around home buying, especially here in Hawaii. What caused you to not make a fear-based decision?
It was, part of it was numbers. I'm a very numbers-driven person. Mm-hmm. And the other part was long-term planning. And ironically, the long-term we sold the home.
I was going to say, do you still own the home?
I own one of them.
Okay.
The other one we sold, but the first one we sold. So yeah, long-term and numbers, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, I could rent this out if we move, and it's always going to have like renters come in because we're near a military base, and I bought a decent house that I want to live in,
right?
And I think other people would want to rent it,
right.
So that was part of the factor. But the numbers part was, okay, if I buy this house, and granted this was in 2019, so it was like $200,000 house.
Sure.
And, so I was like, well,
but also not in Hawaii.
Right. Yeah. We were in San Antonio. There's still somewhere in that range. But we're like, okay, my BAH is, and I say our family.
Yes.
BAH is this. And then, we're paying this in rent. And
right.
BAH was higher in both my rent and it was lower than my mortgage. But I was like, but if I get this and then I'm paying this much into principal, it's like, the math is, it's less than buying the house. And depending on where rates are, that may not always be a case. And I think Hawaii is like a unique situation where you take that leap of faith for appreciation.
Yeah.
Where you don't take that in San Antonio.
I don't even know what the average appreciation is in San Antonio, but
they're building houses like
exactly
crazy out there. So it's $0.
And ours here, I mean, the 38-year average per HBR is almost 5% year over year for a 38-year chunk of time. If you like numbers, I'm always fascinated by that. I mean, it goes back to like 1985 or something like that. To look at that much data, like that big of a pie of data, and to still see almost 5% year over year appreciation, I think is extremely strong.
And the other part was, it's like everybody like wants to break down the numbers of like, okay, you're buying this asset. If it appreciates 5%, then it's like whatever, 5%. But I'm not putting that real money down.
Right.
It's a 0%
VA loan.
Yeah,
zero
VA
down.
Loan, 0 down. And it's our BAH going
You're
in.
using tax-free military dollars just to pay for it.
So the dollars that I have contributed, and it's a risk, right? Sometimes you don't.
But unless you're going to put money in a mattress, anything you invest in is a risk. Morgan's TSP is a risk.
100%.
The stock market, any type of other stock market investments you want to make is a risk. Real estate absolutely has risks. But I think where you're mitigating your risk here in Hawaii is, one, we do have almost 4 decades of solid data showing steady appreciation. But unlike Texas, we are out of land.
Yes.
We can't keep building. And that, in conjunction with every single branch of military being here, DoD civilians being here, foreign investors buying here, the local population still needing housing, like we are always going to have an extreme supply and demand imbalance. And that's basic economics. You don't have to have 3 degrees to understand that supply and demand causes prices to consistently rise on anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So I agree it has risk, but anything
has risk. And so I wasn't saying that the risk isn't worth the reward or anything like that, but more so of when we were to buy our house, like there are multiple exit ramps and avenues that like, John Davis always loves to say, time in the market beats timing the market.
Yeah.
And being in real estate, one, you're paying down your mortgage principal.
Right.
Someone else, you either tax-free dollars or BAH is paying it, and I'm putting it down.
Right.
Or someone else is paying my mortgage.
Right.
So I own this asset, and I'm leveraging the money from the bank to own this asset. And so the appreciation is off the top. If we get appreciation, which you do here in Hawaii, then it's crazy because you're investing a small number and getting returns on the big number.
Right.
And you don't have to put a lot of money down. So again, you can start from zero, where I was in 2019.
The barrier to entry is low with the VA loan.
Right.
Yeah. And 2019, 20-something-year-old Landen didn't have a lot of assets. Yeah.
I was still finishing school. I was finishing my master's, and Morgan was a baby lieutenant.
Yeah.
And
Butterbar.
We had no money.
Yeah.
We were still driving a 2013 Honda Accord.
Oh, those are so reliable though.
Hold on, it had like 200,000 miles. The AC didn't work in it, and the fabric on top was coming down. It was awful.
It's real hood, Landen.
It was struggle bus.
Yeah,
but we bought a house.
Yeah, but you bought a house,
and so
that is really
because when we ran the numbers, we did take a leap of faith, and we were ignorant, and we got blessed in the process of some of Morgan's uncle that knows a lot about real estate. He was like, "No, you should." No, you should. And typically now in the real estate world, I'm like, sometimes people talk to family, and it's like they're like, "Don't do it."
I have an entire podcast episode talking about be careful who you take advice from, because family, your aunt who bought a house in Kansas in 1989, not with the VA loan, she does not know shit about maybe the market now or the VA loan or Hawaii market specifically, or the guy you meet at in processing that is from the same state as you, and you feel like you have a little bit of a bond with him because you're somewhere new and you want to find friends or whatever. You should not be taking financial advice from that guy. You don't know him. And so you should be careful who you take advice from. And I brief people on that all the time. I want you to share this exciting information with your family. I don't want you to not talk to people in your life, but I would encourage people to make them prove their point as strongly as I prove my point, right? I bring receipts, I bring data, I bring numbers, I bring client success stories. Go to my Facebook business page, read my reviews and recommendations. I wouldn't have all those if people were, not successful at this. And then you meet someone at in processing and they're like, "Bro, you shouldn't buy." And then you're not buying a house. It's crazy to me. Make them prove it as much as I'm proving it.
Yeah. And the reality is, whatever decision you try to make, there's always going to be opposition. Sure. And you hear it all the time. Scared money doesn't make money. And while money is one of the big reasons you should invest in real estate, it is a low cost of okay, we're in it. You're going to live here for 3 years. You're going to pay down your mortgage for 3 years. There's exit strategies for renting. There's exit strategies to sell it. And right now we're only in the last 30 years, we have seen a lull in the market, and that was 2010, and then 2023, 2024. And if I could go back to 2010, I would have bought 15 houses.
Yes. So we bought our first house actually in 2009.
Yeah. So,
and there were 3 other short sales on the street that we bought. We bought a short sale. Our first property was a short sale. There were several other on the same street. I wish I would have bought them all. Every single one of them. And, we just weren't there yet. We were late bloomers in real estate. We didn't buy our first house until I was...
In 2009, I was...
Yeah, I'm like, how old was I? 2009.
Trying to buy the Snickers bar for the concession stands.
Yes, Landen, I'm old. You're 12. I get it. Okay, now let's talk about... You got your license. You are an agent. You have been doing this how many years now? 4 years. You went from baby agent knowing nothing to now 17 closings last year, which does make you a top 1% producing agent. So golf clap for Landen. And that's no small achievement. We have also fun fact, Landen is the broker in charge at HB Homes, which is always weird for me to say because I'm like, I don't ever like to say people work for me. You work with me. Like, it's very much a team effort. I'm not that person that's like, you work with me or you work for me.
And I think it's two distinct roles too. Like,
Yeah.
I have to, when I put on this hat, and I put on this
sometimes
hat.
I text you and I'm like, Landon, broker question. Like,
Yeah.
this is this. So you went from like baby agent knows nothing to in 4 years being a top 1% producing agent. And that's impressive because of the oversaturation of real estate agents that we have on this island. So I don't know if you know this number better than me being a broker, but I think there's somewhere between like 9 and 10,000.
I think the last number I saw was in the 11,000.
Even more than
but
I thought.
I don't know how much of that is counting inactive versus whatever. But
sure,
there's a lot.
So we could say 10,000 plus is like a safe way to put that. So out of 10,000 plus agents on this island, you are in the top 1%, which is honestly amazing. And to achieve that in only 4 years is super amazing. I would like for you to unpack, I guess, or for us to talk about what you think the difference is, or put it in whatever way that you want to put it, between being a producing agent and coming on board. And you have been an assisting agent for me with listings for a while. And actually we started working together because John gifted you to me as a rental, because I have people who sometimes do keep their properties here as rentals. And property management is something that finding home offers we do help with. But I knew that I needed like a designated person for that, because that is a job all on its own.
That it is.
How many do you manage now?
John like 23.
Okay, John told me it was like 20 something, and I was like, I'm gonna ask him in our podcast. So John was basically like, you need to talk to Landon. He's a smart kid, is what he told me, like verbatim. And I was like, okay, I got it. And you know what? I was telling this to Victoria the other day because she was at this house with me. We were going to another appointment, a listing that we have together right now. The very first phone conversation you and I ever had, I was sitting in front of their house having just given them their keys.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
Yes. And
I'm on the list.
And you're the co-lister for that property right now. Cool. So I thought that was very...
full circle.
I felt it was very much like a serendipitous moment. I was like, that is very cool. And I told Victoria that, and she goes, that's gotta make you feel good. I was like, it really does, to like just talk to you initially about the property management stuff and bringing you kind of into the finding home family with that. And then you kind of started doing some co-listing stuff with me with my listings.
Putting up signs, co-listing. And then...
That is honestly the most valuable thing that you do for me, is signs and lock boxes, because that shit is tedious.
I mean, going out to Ka'ava that new listing.
We have a $2.2 million listing on the east side, North Shore,
might as well
adjacent.
Be Kauai.
Yeah, it's basically the end of the earth, but it's stunning.
It is a nice unit.
Victoria's doing an open house there this coming weekend, and I don't go to open houses anymore, but I'm tempted to go sit that one with her.
That one, that's such a cool.
Yeah.
Cool
we could just have
spot.
like a team hangout. We'll order food. I want you to talk about what you feel the differences are, or what you've learned, or like,
okay,
I don't know, between just being a high producing 1% agent and working with me.
There's like a meme going around right now. It's like, oh, there's levels to this stuff.
Oh,
and so like, that is really something that like I've learned, and you always are forever learning, right? No, you never.
So true.
And
if you're not, you're doing it wrong. I firmly believe that.
And so it's like, okay, great, I'm a 1% agent. And then so I'm always stealing and gleaning information from anybody I'm interact. So like being on the team, like, oh, I'm seeing all this, how this is like a well-oiled machine.
Sorry. I instantly was like, you're like the sword of Gryffindor. You only taken that makes you stronger. It's just like a super nerdy Harry Potter reference, but I had to. Sorry, go ahead.
I dropped my son off at school the other day, and my daughter scratched him right here.
Does he have like a...
And I walk him into the classroom, and I go, I present to you the boy who lived. and the teacher was like,
that means your daughter is Voldemort. I mean... There are days. But anyways, sorry, continue.
No. So like I'm always learning, and like I'm always gleaning information from whoever I'm around.
Sure.
Right. And being introduced to the Finding Home team, it's like I have my own ways, and like I still operate in some of my own paths with my own clients.
Yeah.
But like knowing like, okay, we have a system for everything. And it's like, okay, she has a system for everything. Well, maybe I should have
crazy.
maybe I should have a system for things, and might make my life easier. Because what you don't see is I am this put together. I'm there for my clients. I have everything under wraps, but behind the scenes, it may be like, how is this deal going to close? Like, what's going on? How do I do this? And those systems kind of help mitigate some of that chaos that I had experienced.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so I can incorporate that. And really just understanding, one, you need a team the more you grow.
Sure. Scale for growth.
And it's like, okay, well, you convinced me. Okay, I need a transaction.
You need help, Landen.
I can't possibly do everything by myself. And really, when I gave up that,
which is hard, to be fair, like it's hard to do,
and giving up to somebody you trust and knowing that they're a good person, and then they have those same ideals that you have, is hard to find. And I think you've done it well. And like
the second time around, I fucked it up the first time. The second time around, we learn from our mistakes. We get back on the horse. And I agree with you. The team that I have built now is perfection.
Yeah. And everybody knows their role. And like when someone drops the ball, someone picks it up, and then we correct our mistakes. And then the difference is going from, hey, I'm doing all this myself, and I'm like really struggling with like the workload of my deals. And then it's like, well, how the heck does Kendra do 134 deals this year? And then you pull back the curtain, and it's like,
these people.
Well, it's not just that. It's everything has a purpose, and it's you're not cold. You do all of this machine work and like make sure that everybody is accomplishing these tasks and things are getting done, but you don't lose the personal aspect of it.
Right.
And you're still having that client-facing interaction of like making sure that they're taken care of and taken care of correctly.
Right.
And
because for me, that was the whole point in building a team. Number one, I wanted to prioritize the things that only I can do in the business, or the things that I love to do the most in the business. And that is the client-facing portion. It's the education. It's the making them feel assured in their decision, the warm and fuzzy, the taking them out house hunting, the showing them that it's possible. I can't really focus on that. Sometimes I have like 17 client calls a week. I can't have the bandwidth to do that if I'm going to home inspections, going to final walkthroughs, negotiating through like some of the stuff we have to do, reviewing sellers' disclosures, like doing all of that stuff. So for me, very early on, I quickly realized that if I wanted to keep doing that stuff that I felt was of paramount importance, you have to have a team help something.
And I think just part of the team is like communication. I think that that's something that I'm learning more obviously as a part of the team, but like also like communication and like being part of the team. If I were to take like a retro inspection or retroflexion?
Retroflexion. After action review is what we call it. AAR. That's a good military term.
If I take an AAR of my first 3 years of real estate, because I think I started on the team about 3.5 years into my career.
Yeah.
So the first 3 years of like, I don't know that I prioritized communication as much as I should have. And I don't know that I dropped the ball as much.
Sure.
But anywhere from like leads. Yeah. Because like, that's our business, right? Like we have to take leads and we have to nurture that lead and bring them to actually buy.
And there are 10,999 other people behind us that
want. I mean, you want my lead. Like
I do. I mean, if I see you on the spouse pages, Landen, I'm coming for you.
Right. So it's taking that communication part. Like I don't think that I didn't take disclosures seriously.
Sure.
Like communicating, hey guys, there's a leak in this house.
Yeah, but there are levels of communication that.
And even understanding like, hey, we never want to let the client feel like they're unheard. And me going from, why would they not expect that to be the, and then going to, we need to take that step to make sure that they are reassured. So I don't want to paint the picture that I was a bad agent.
No,
but
top 1%. Clearly, you were not.
Right. But there's levels to this, right? And I think that like my issues with my personal agent, if I look back and it's like the reason I got into it was I want to be better. I want a better experience for my clients than what I had.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's rude of me to say. I just didn't have a great experience, and and I believe I have performed better. But
Mhm.
if you don't think about like, okay, how can I improve? And like
Yeah.
you peel back the curtain of your finding home, it's kind of like, what hat do I put on, right? So when we peel back the curtain of the team that I'm a part of now, and it's like, okay, I start implementing those things and making
Yeah.
those changes in my own personal real estate,
Yeah.
but also it's like,
Which I'm thrilled to hear.
right. But it's just to go to show you, like I said, there's levels to this, and it's like there really are.
Yeah.
And the key difference between just being a normal 1% agent and being the number one agent is you have to really eat, sleep, and breathe real estate all the time.
Yeah.
And well, okay, you have time for family, you still do fun things. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
you take it seriously. It's not your grandma's aunt who had
Sure.
her license for 20 years
Yeah.
and did one deal. Great, they can get you through the transaction, but they're not going to have your back if crap hits the fan.
What level is it going to be at?
Yeah.
I think people see, to your point of like, I do fun things and I do whatever. People see that a lot on just like anything on social media, right? It's not always like,
I post a cute picture of my kid. Doesn't mean he wasn't a jerk 5 minutes ago.
No, he put brown sugar in his cereal or like whatever he did the other day. But like, people see me on social media and they're like, oh, she's playing tennis and then going to breakfast and she's at Pilates and she's going to dinner at Monkey Pod or whatever. But they don't see like, at breakfast, I'm still texting clients. I'm still looking up stuff on the MLS. I'm still answering questions. And they didn't see the first 3 years of me starting this from nothing and building it from nothing. And you know, like the baby stages of finding home when I was largely alone.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't see like literally Clayton coming to me and asking me like, are you happy? Do you care about your family? Like, you are only doing this one thing. You're not even doing like, you know, like we had established like rhythm in our life. Like I would do the laundry. I mostly was making dinners. Like, even though I always worked throughout his military career, it was like a 9-to-5 corporate job. And when I got into real estate, it was just like order food, figure it out, get a pizza. I'm not doing laundry. Like, kids need to learn how to do their own laundry. It was a very big adjustment for my family because I was solely hyper tunnel vision focused on this, like becoming an agent, becoming a great agent, building the systems and processes that we have now that have morphed over time. But people see me now and see like, I am the number one agent in the state. I still, even to this day, am out like when we're playing tennis. Victoria and I play tennis twice a week now. Every like odd number game, like 1, 3, 5, 7, you switch sides of the net. When we switch sides, we are both checking our phones to see if any messages came in that we need to respond to immediately. So even though it's just an hour and the empire is not going to crumble in that hour, my communication standards and my response time for myself and the team are extremely high because I think that is something that sets me apart.
And something you said that like, I don't know that I ever thought about it this way. I mean, I always knew it, but I don't know that it was like the forefront of my decision making and why communication is so important. We can't get down to this is everyday run of the mill stuff for us. Great. I've processed millions and millions.
Complacency. We cannot get complacent.
We've processed millions of dollars of sales.
Yeah.
But for the client, it's their biggest purchase ever.
Yes.
And they need to have that same level of care that I wanted when I bought my home here. And so you always say, like, it's their biggest purchase. They need that communication. They need the response time. They need their weary questions and like their concerns tended to, because that's why we get paid.
That's what we're here for. Yeah. That is what we're here for. We are blessed beyond belief to get to participate in the biggest purchase of most people's lives. And that is something that I never want to take for granted or undervalue or get complacent about. Like, we are privileged to get to see an immense achievement
for sure
for people when they buy, when they sell, like the life-changing amount of money that some of my clients have made owning a home here for 3 or 4 years is a great joy in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And we are so fortunate to get to be a part of people's journey that way. And it just tickles me to my core, like clients that I helped like year 1, year 2. I've been doing this 9 years now. So we're talking like, 7, 8 years ago, they're still contacting me, letting me know like we, moved after Hawaii and bought a house. We're on to our next duty station after that. We're buying a house. And they still are reaching out to me to tell me that they're still on that journey. And that's a really special thing. And I don't want to ever get complacent in that or take it for granted or it be run of the mill. Like it's amazing every time. And it doesn't matter if you're buying a $300,000 1-bedroom or you're buying a $1.3 million house that we just went to a home inspection for.
Mm-hmm.
It's special and amazing every time. But I definitely operate under the mentality that I want to give so much information so efficiently at all times that clients don't even have time to think of the question.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell me that all the time. My clients are like, we didn't even know that this was something we wanted to know about until you brought it up. But now you told us stuff we didn't even think about that we would want to know. That's how I want to operate. And that's how I want Finding Home to operate but also like in the event that we do get a question, especially if it's like an odd hours question, like when I get up in the morning, before I even get up to pee, I'm checking my phone. Because if someone took the time that early in the morning to ask a question, they obviously woke up with it on their mind. Or if I'm up late in the evening, if I'm up 10:30 and I'm still like checking my phone and working, pulling comps, like whatever I'm doing, and someone messages, especially because I work with so many people in so many different time zones, if they're messaging me, it's obviously something on their mind. And I don't want them stewing in that or not having that answer. It takes 10 seconds to voice text, because we voice text at Finding Home, Landen. Landen, I'll see you like the bubbles, will come up in the messages and I can see you typing and I'm like voice texting and I send it and then the bubbles stop. And then the next message I see from you is, that was fast. We have to voice text. The level of communication that I do on a daily basis could not happen if I was typing with my fingers. It would physically not be possible. Like voice texting is life.
Yeah.
You have to.
One of our group texts with one of our sellers is like, who responds first? Now that I've adopted the voice text.
You got me one time and we were at a tie, just for the record. I like swiped it over so I could see the times and it was like 2:33 for both of our messages. And I was like, that was a tie, Landen. But that's because I don't want people waiting. And it does stem from initially when they're leads and I'm fighting for the business and I'm proving that I'm the best, even though statistically, like I have the numbers to back it up, I'm always going to, prove it. Like I'm always going to put the, proof is in the pudding. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
I feel the need to like validate that I'm the best all the time. Like I'm never going to rest on my laurels. I'm never going to stop pushing. I'm never going to be like, oh, we did 134 last year. We can just do that again this year and it's fine. I want to do 150 this year. I want to always be better. I want the processes to be more refined. Right now, I do feel like that comes with not getting in people's asses, but just like it is a learned skill to be as, I don't want to say aggressive.
Efficient.
Yeah, like but just to think of it like we're in a transaction now. And Victoria, we talked about it in the car ride on the way home because I had text in the group chat with just the letter K, which we all know is like.
I saw that. I said it.
Emily's like, I almost left the group chat.
When in middle school they would come over with the intercom and be like, "Whoop, Kendra Atienza to the front office, please," and then everybody would be like,
"Ooh, yeah."
Literally, what my brain did whenever I saw the K. Glad it wasn't me. I've been on the other side of that, but not this time.
Emily said, I thought it was to Landen at first, but then I realized it was to Victoria's message. Victoria is my golden child, in case anybody doesn't know. She literally got a K from me, and it was with regard to Mousegate 2026.
Another
podcast. We need a whole podcast for that. But because she had a piece of information and she was going to, at some predetermined later time, like let the clients know. Like maybe she was busy picking up her kid. Like, I don't know. She was going to let them know, but hadn't let them know yet. But they're very on edge. We're dealing with a situation. Like they need to be getting like real time. I don't want them asking us for updates. Like do it now. Like that is a huge, like that used to be the backdrop of the podcast.
Do it now.
Do it now. Like it takes 10 seconds to send a voice text. Hey guys, this is the update. I'm actually grabbing my kids from school. I can elaborate further when I get home. Something like do it now. Don't make a list. Don't do it later. Do it now. And that's just a very like fundamental thing for me. And so I do think you're a 1% top producing agent. You are still having to sort of like learn that and assimilate that into,
it's not common.
Right.
Right. It like,
but it's what sets me apart. And it's what I absolutely like cherish, about my business model and my processes, my systems, my packets, I call them breadcrumbs now.
It's so streamlined and from the client side, like I obviously my lens is from an agent side.
Sure.
I wasn't your client. Like I'm opening the door of like,
yeah. But you have a cool perspective on it because
had I been your client, I wouldn't have had the terrible experience.
It's true.
I got a great
But you would have had
house.
so much fun, and most people who are my clients are like, I should be an agent. And I tell everybody they should. Very few people do it.
Yeah, and so that's the other thing is like when I was getting it, I was like, we were closing on our house, and I'm obviously laid off at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I'm gonna get my license. And the agent was just like, this was also the whole trip. Never mind. I don't need to do that.
That was the face you made the whole time.
Yes. Anyway.
So yeah, I think I enjoy your perspective on this because you are the only other agent on the team who produces. Like everybody else is literally just very, very important. Don't get me wrong, but they're support staff in a variety of ways. We have communications, we have social media, we have assisting agents, which now like, obviously you've done co-listing, but you have reliable childcare now. So you can get into like assisting agent stuff, which I think is way harder than listings.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
Way more. There's more stuff. I guess not harder, but like more stuff.
There's more. I don't know. I'd say is I don't know that there's like it's a different, right? There's a different level of you're taking care of this client who has never seen Hawaii or may like. There's a lot more unknowns and questions to be answered on that side of things than a seller who has owned their house for a while. Yeah. And you're just answering questions about the house. Yeah. You're taking care of the client. Yeah. Sometimes on both sides, but more so on the buyer side. It's not
my business model anyways is not just the housing related. It's like I'm helping them with their move. I'm helping them ship their cars, their household goods, EFMP stuff, school stuff, getting to know the island. Like it's so much more cumbersome, the buyer side, and so much more hand-holding in terms of addressing like fears or debunking myths or coaching not to make fear-based decisions or things like that I just don't think sellers are as predisposed to.
I would agree.
But you're the only other person on the team that has done this in your own right and isn't just like a past client who got their license, who now works with me, who I've trained like from scratch to do things my specific way. You have your own.
And I think it, not to like ring my own bell or anything like that, but I
Finding Home is here for that. Yeah. We're good. Self-praise is welcome.
But I think it really adds, and some what clients don't see is we have a group chat. Obviously we are a business model. We have like our own business chat. It's
our sanity.
Yeah. So we have this group chat where things are sorted out before clients, like we present like the picture perfect thing answer to it. And I'm not a yes man. Like if I disagree, I disagree. Yeah. And
you do it very respectfully though.
I'm not
I will
a jerk.
Give that to you. But like, aggressive personalities, you will speak your mind for sure, but you are very respectful about doing it.
I think that comes from basketball.
Yeah. Fun fact, Landen is a basketball referee. I always want to say coach. Like he doesn't coach basketball.
Yeah, so refereeing basketball. I mean, and sometimes I mean, coaches are very big personalities in college basketball, and so like
I would be a coach.
you have to interact and manage those personalities a lot, and understand what the end goal is, and it's very like anyway negotiation centered. But yeah, when I disagree, I'm not disrespectful, and I've been upfront and like, hey, if you disagree with me, obviously it's your business, just your decision.
Yeah.
Never feel like you're gonna step on my toes if you disagree.
Right.
But I'm not gonna just say yes if I don't think it's that way.
Yeah.
Now clients don't get to see that because we don't have it in the client chat.
Sure.
Because that would be madness.
Yeah.
But it having a not an echo chamber as a like finding home team, like ideas can grow and like you can be pushed and challenged, and there's always that, hey, everybody has mutual respect, we're not going to be mad at each other, all that jazz. But it's like, oh, this is how we've always done it, or this is what I think we should do. It's not that way at all, and I think that's very healthy for the client experience of like, oh, we have this unique situation. Kendra thinks one way, Victoria thinks one way, Landon thinks one way. We're not all just going to say yes.
But the thing is, that's very true, but they're not ever going to know that we all think different things, because to your point, we go to the safety of the group chat. We talk about all of our different point of views. Sometimes I'm like, damn, Landon, I didn't even think of that perspective, because you're a different human with a different brain and a different set of skills and background. And same Victoria, me, Emily, everybody on the team. Sometimes Clayton even overhears shit and is like, pipes in with like different perspectives. And it comes down to a lot of very strong feelings of respect throughout the team. And all of us have the common goal of doing what's best for the client.
Right, 100%.
And that is like, I'm so, so, so thankful and pleased and like elated that is such a strong thing on the team. So we're going to come together in that group chat. We're going to hash it all out. We're going to have all the conversations. And it's not about, oh, Landon was right. And it may not even be, we might take part of
wrong thing.
But we might take part of your opinion and part of my opinion and part of Victoria's opinion. And, two heads are better than one, that kind of thing. And it's just going to enhance the client support, the client experience, getting them to the finish line, with this biggest investment that they're making safely and in a way that protects them. And that is always on the forefront of our mind as a team. And I love and appreciate that so much.
For sure.
It's hard to find. That is hard to find.
I agree. It's not, none of us are commissioned. I have this like, it's this saying from one of my guys. He's in sales and he's like VP of sales for tech. He does a lot, right? He has this thing of commission breath stinks. And that's his like motto, right?
Okay.
He's very big on LinkedIn. And he's like always put commission breath stinks, commission breath stinks. And I'm like, well, you say so that funny. You say that and it's like, oh, it's funny. Or like clients are like, I don't even know what that means. But I had to take it out of my bio because Morgan was like, no one knows what that means. And I was like, but it is core. Yeah. It is centered to my core of commission breath stinks. And it's like, when someone's only in it to close the deal and move on.
Yeah.
And no one on this team is like that.
Nope.
It is the great, we all work for money, but commission is the last thing.
Right.
We want the deal to close. We want the client to be happy well before a dollar hits the bank account.
Yep.
And I think everybody on the team is like that.
Yeah. And we will talk about, I think in detail with some other podcasts that I have coming up. And I've always been very hesitant to talk about my lack of hesitancy when giving up commissions, because I don't want people out there listening to be like, oh, she'll just give up her paycheck for me. Because obviously the last thing that we're going to negotiate is with my paycheck, like in your paycheck and like the teams, we do all love to do this, but we do this as our jobs. We're passionate about it and we're the best at it statistically. But I've always been very hesitant to like talk about that. But the team gave me some metrics the other day about how much commission I've given up just this year alone, in addition to how much credit I've negotiated for my buyers this year alone. And it was 6 figures, the amount of credit I've negotiated. And I do think that I'm all about pulling back the curtain and being transparent. And while it's not ever delightful,
and it's never just like, hey, client A texts Kendra, will you give up? Will you give
Right.
up 25% of your commission for this? And then our answer is going to be no, because we don't work for free, or we're not doing that. But if the situation, it's appropriate, or necessitates, the situation necessitates it, then we're going to do what's best for the client.
Because it's having their back.
Yeah.
It's supporting them. It's protecting them. It, like, whatever you want to call it. And I make that decision very unilaterally.
Mhm.
And I think that's something interesting to bring to light is I don't ask the team.
No,
if I'm cutting commission, I just basically do it. And you guys are all, and this is how I know that everyone's in it for the right reasons. Nobody on the team has commission breath because I do it unilaterally and everybody takes a hit. Everybody from Jenny, who is the business manager, down to Emily, who does social media, Mariah, who does communications, the co-lister or assisting agent. Sometimes Clayton does loans for free if, shit hits the fan. Like, and it's not something that I consult the team on, and everyone just takes it on the chin and is like, this is what Kendra felt was best and needed to be done for the transaction. And, the service never suffers. No one's ever holding a grudge or has a shitty attitude because of it. Everyone just focuses so much on the care of these people who are trusting us so immensely. And I need to tell you guys more often that I'm grateful for that, because I do think that's also a hard thing to find.
Yeah, and I think it's sometimes clients don't see it and like, oh, Kendra's the number one agent. Our life is not selling sunset by any means.
No. I'm glad Emily does day in the life like stuff where I'm like ratchet.
I would love to sell one home and make 2 years worth of my living. Anyway,
I wouldn't. Then my sphere of influence isn't growing very much.
But seller or clients may never see like us behind the scenes doing what's best for them. And so I do think in future podcast episodes where they would be cool to pull back the curtain and remove names. I'll take all the name tags off, but like say situation A is something we did, and this is how we solved it.
We have some rapid fire questions for you. I can't remember if I asked you these. Landon and I tried to podcast once before and my phone was not on Do Not Disturb, and I think I got a call and we failed. So I can't remember if I got to these before with you. Biggest strength.
I think this is not like a cop-out answer at all, but I think my biggest strength is my care for my clients.
Nice segue based on our last conversation. I agree. Favorite snack right now?
I just got Invisalign, so I can't snack.
Caramel.
No, it's like
popcorn.
I literally can't snack, but I would say my favorite snack has to be probably Nerd Gummies.
I can only eat a few of those. Like
they're very super sweet, but I can't eat anything right now snack wise. So
I thought you were looking a little thin.
Yeah, I've lost 5 pounds.
Great. Maybe I should do that. The last TV show you binged?
Lincoln Lawyer.
Never heard of it.
What?
Never heard of it. Do you have like a comfort show? This is not a rapid fire question, but I just thought of it.
No comfort show. Like The Office.
Like just like something you just put on in the background and like really.
No, I'm not really a big. I binge watched Lincoln Lawyer because my wife wanted to watch it. That's not really
not your thing. You're not a TV person. Interesting. Favorite way to unwind?
Doom scroll and do nothing because I don't get to do that all day.
Brain rot.
Just relax without like a toddler coming to you and wanting
pouring brown sugar in their cereal. One family tradition that you love?
One family tradition that I love has to be every year on Christmas Eve, we read The Night Before Christmas.
Okay.
And
appropriate. Classic.
And it's like, now that we're in Hawaii, obviously we don't get to do it with the grandparents and stuff, but we have FaceTime.
Oh,
and then every year, like when they say, oh, I hear jingle bells or something like that up in the top, my mother-in-law grabs like jingle bells and is like, ching, ching, ching.
And your kids are still little enough that that's probably like very magical.
It's good. I mean, so it's a tradition that they did, my wife did as kids, but it's like really cool. And then afterwards they like write in the book about how the year was and stuff. Oh. So they have this giant book of like no like blank spaces left of like all the years.
That's honestly, that's so cool. I got like chicken skin. That's very cool.
It's a really cool family tradition that I like.
That was a very good answer.
And we go to the zoo on Christmas Eve.
Oh, fun fact. I've never been to the zoo here.
It's good.
I've heard it's good. I heard it's very small.
It's small.
I've heard the monkeys are good. I
mean,
don't know.
we live in a warm climate, so like the animals may or may not be out.
Yeah,
but
they're sleeping.
The actual zoo experience is good.
I've heard to bring a picnic. They have like lots of
Yeah.
lawn space, so maybe finding home outing. We'll do that for content. Time travel to the past or to the future?
Past.
Particular era or time in history?
I'm a big man of faith, so I think that I would travel back to see Jesus in his walk in ministry.
Heyday,
Yeah,
his prime.
And so I think that'd be just immaculate to be able to witness.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you want to just witness, or would you like to interact? Like, you know,
I mean,
you see these shows
obviously-
sometimes where like they can only see what's going on, but
Yeah.
would you want to like interact?
I mean, obviously, I'd want to interact, right? But I would be okay with either. Because
I
I'm not just a
feel-
blind faith person, right? Like, long story short for me, I used to be atheist, then became faith, and kind of like some of my faith is built around like what we call apologetics, or just like science behind the faith. And being able to witness would be good for my soul, but also,
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to interact with Jesus, I mean, you can't say no to that.
I think it'd be like, what if he doesn't live up to the hype? I don't know. I don't want to sound like sacrilegious, but like,
I
is it
wouldn't
like
think
meeting
you would.
a celebrity that's like an ass, and then you're like, man, Jesus,
Nah.
like, you know? I don't know.
I don't think it would be, because
I would have concerns. I don't know. Best advice ever given?
Best advice ever given would be always look at the long game, right? And I kind of say that, and one of my mentors said it, and it had to do about basketball, right? Like, but you can, if you extrapolate on it, you apply it to everything.
Yeah.
And it's, well, okay, someone's yelling at you, because I used to have a super temper, right? Like, I would fire back, like I would. Like,
This is the
get
most
mad.
shocking thing I've ever learned about you. You're almost too level-headed. Like, there are times where I'm like, Landon, get angry.
I think I've probably have swung all the way in the other direction.
Wow.
But I used to be super fiery, super temper, and it still happens sometimes. But
So you went from being an atheist with rage issues to a man of faith that's like super even-tempered. Was it Morgan? Did Morgan do this to you?
No,
Okay.
no. Morgan may be the only person to still see the temper.
Maybe your kids.
Always see the long game, and kind of what that is, like, even with the situation that we're dealing with now in
Mousegate 2026.
we'll figure out this in a future
Yes.
podcast, but it's always know what you want the person you're talking to do, and it's kind of maybe not manipulative, but like,
No.
if you don't get bogged down in the weeds,
Yeah.
you can see that long game, and you can get everybody there. Even if it's them being mad at you, but they still do what you want them to do, great, we're there.
Yeah.
And they're never going to think more about it.
Sure,
So
but you achieved your end
you
goal.
achieved your goal.
Yeah.
Even if, so it is not getting caught up in like that ego test of like, oh, I'm angry.
That's like negotiating 101.
Right, yeah. And it's like, well, you get them there and
Yeah.
okay, whatever. Fall on your own sword, but you accomplish your mission and it's good to go. So always seeing the long game with coaches is like, they're mad about one play, but if you get them to move on, we're good. We're golden.
Yeah.
We get to the end of the game, they don't even care about that play anymore. But it's managing those things in that situation and not being this like unmovable, like an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object. Don't be the unmovable object. Move.
That's honestly great.
And then just keep going.
Yeah. Last question. Favorite podcast? I'm just joking.
Military spouse for me.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
This has been amazing. I am so sad that I didn't start podcasting with the team sooner, because this is a joy. Like, every time I know an episode's coming up that I'm recording with somebody, and as we keep doing this, maybe it's like you and Victoria next time or whatever, there'll be different configurations.
No, thanks for having me. I love it. It's an organic opportunity just to unpack things that, I mean, this is obviously the intro, but like, there's so many subjects that we can just tangent on.
Thanks, guys. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. I wouldn't have any of this if it weren't for all of you. Bye, guys.